And we are live. So welcome everyone. My name's Meaghan. I'm the founder of Florentis Learning, and I am super happy to have Jillian Shanahan here with me today with Teacher Boss Society. And we are going to talk about end of year and seasonal ESL activities and lessons and sort of all the things that you can do this time of year with the holidays upon us. So if you're here, drop us a note in the chat. Let us know you're here, where you're joining us from, and share your ideas, share your questions. We'd love to hear from you. So with that, I have sort of a variety of sort of ideas. I figured I threw together some slides, but I thought we could do some chatting as well and just sort of see where things go. So that was sort of my plan.
I'm really excited for this because when it comes time to do Christmas lessons or like any holiday lessons, it brings in another source of income revenue because parents, if you're teaching kids, parents are looking for different ways to get their kids involved in their English learning or their writing or whatever you're doing. To kind of like keep it with the theme of the holiday, and it allows you to enroll new students based off that like themed lesson, and get some of your existing students will also enroll in your holiday classes. So it's a really good boost of income. So I'm excited for this.
Yeah, and I think that it's a great time to share cultures as well, because recognizing a lot of us have Chinese students, they don't necessarily celebrate Christmas. They might be aware of Christmas, but it's not the same as the way it's celebrated in North America. And so usually they're quite excited also to learn about things like Christmas and Hanukkah and other holidays that happen this time of year. So I threw together some slides to keep us sort of on topic and to keep us sort of sharing ideas, and I'm sure it will inspire other thoughts. And December can feel hard for teachers, right? Because we've got all sorts of things going on in our personal lives. We've got kids' school concerts. We've got shopping to do, present wrapping. We have to put trees up. We have to, decorate for whatever holiday you're celebrating, all of those things. So December can be just a difficult month in general. And not all students celebrate Christmas. Some teachers don't celebrate Christmas. And so sometimes you feel pressure to do something that's Christmas related, but you don't necessarily have to. You can do all sorts of winter stuff. You can do holiday stuff. You can do Christmas, of course, but you can do sort of whatever you want. And because we're so busy, it doesn't necessarily mean that we have time to rebuild lessons from scratch and create all these new materials that are going to engage our students and be super exciting. So time becomes a challenge. So if we think about sort of reframing December doesn't have to be about Christmas lessons. It's about celebrating what matters in your classroom. So it might be reflecting on the student's journey. It might be progress they've made. It might be an opportunity to connect with, sort of a wider community and to celebrate success and to celebrate all sorts of things. So, and in the pictures, you'll see some glimpses of one of our brand new lessons from Florentis Learning. This is a lesson on kindness at Christmas. So it, you can see that just on that teacher screen in the image there. So one of the things that you can do and you want to continue is you still want to keep your language goals, right? So we're still teaching English and we're still trying to move our students forward, and we have a path and we have goals. And so even though we might choose to do something special, we also want to figure out how we can ensure that we are still ensuring those students make progress, especially if we are doing something special with students who don't normally celebrate Christmas. This way it's more accepted by parents and all of those things. And we can do that by keeping the energy and excitement through themes, through visuals. We can throw on a stocking hat. Jillian and I talked yesterday about hats, and apparently neither one of us has a hat, but her horse has two. So
She's spoiled.
I know, you should have stolen your horse's hat. It would have maybe covered your whole head, but
it probably would. It has little holes for the ears too, so I'm not sure. Like I do like pigtails coming out of them or something, but
maybe elf ears, something. So,
well,
yeah. So,
one of the things that I always like to do,
yep.
is so sometimes depending on the class and the class atmosphere and the students that are in the class, because I teach group lessons, I may or may not involve any Christmas things into the classroom. There, I have taught classes at one point in time for homeschooled American kids, writing classes, and a lot of times the kids coming into the classes might have religious beliefs. A lot of Jehovah Witnesses, they do not want any exposure whatsoever to this. Like, that's why they're homeschooling. So they don't want to bring their kid into a class and then have the suddenly they're like, oh, okay, we can't, we have to leave the classroom because you're talking about, some sort of holiday that we don't celebrate. So I've always made that, or I've usually made that an additional one-off class. That's personally. How have you done it? Or do you do it right in the
Yeah, it sort of depends. I mean, if I've got one-on-one students, I do, I obviously judging those students, I'll make a decision. But I also like to do sort of one-off classes as ways to recruit new students. And so, everyone is invited. You can bring a friend if you want. You can choose to come. You can choose not to come. It's sort of, here's your bonus during the holiday. And so, yeah, and I like those to be fun. I like them to sort of be um, talking opportunities and maybe storytelling or sharing stories. It sort of depends on the age group, of course, but I find that that can be really helpful.
So do you do them as like freebies just to like build your email list, or do you do them as paid courses, or is it kind of a combination of both?
I tend to do them as freebies, but I know that some people will do them as like a winter camp, and I have done not so much during the Christmas season, but during the Chinese New Year, done special winter camps that are like 5 classes that are focused around a specific thing. One year I did one all about dinosaurs, but it was very much a vocabulary and reading class. But it was dinosaur themed and dinosaur digs and archaeologists. And anyway, it was paleontologists and it was fun.
So
Students
for
loved it.
so for what you're going to show, these are things that you could use for like weekly group lessons, for like a one-off type thing. For your like recurring one-on-one students, you could use them as freebies, groups to enroll new students, or you could use them as a one-off paid thing. Like, there's so many different things that you can do with a holiday class, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can do them, can really, it's as much as December is really busy and we're trying to do all sorts of other things, it's also an opportunity because we can grow our email list and then be ready for that. Oh, I need classes this month, right? It's January. I need to get some more classes. And all of a sudden we can capitalize on that.
Yeah, everybody, like in Teacher Boss Society, people have been talking about it. Like, okay, I was doing enrollments, but now I'm not getting anything. Or people, well, you have to realize December is the worst month to get new students. It is the worst month, whether or not they're celebrating Christmas the way that us Westerners do. They are doing the holidays, and it is the absolute worst month. September and like August, September, and then January are the best months. So what you are doing right now, if you use these as free classes, you can use it to build your following, you can use it to build your email list. Could you do these on like a live? Like, if you
Oh,
like,
yeah. I mean, I think so. Yeah. So you could do it as a, come join live, right? And
so you
um
could do this if you had a YouTube. Are you allowed to use what you're going to show like on a
yeah,
YouTube?
yep, no, people could
That's
do that. Like if
cool.
you're especially if you're gonna especially, sometimes if you're doing YouTube stuff, you might decide you don't want to do the whole thing. You want to use pieces of it, right? So that works really well too. And some of the lessons that we have work really well for piecemeal type teaching, which is great. The other thing that's nice this time of year to think about is things that people can take away. So is it a certificate? Is it like a highlights reel from your videos that you've recorded classes of? Is it a project or a craft they do in class that they can then show their parents, and parents take pictures and share that in social media? So, you want to think about things that can be shareable that also then help to promote. And if you are doing certificates, if you're doing look at what we've done this year, sort of year in review type stuff, then you want to make sure that your contact information is clearly visible on that. So today I wanted to talk about showing student progress and different things that we can do and some shareable end of year moments, some inclusive storytelling ideas and easy ways to make any lesson feel festive. And I released last night our Christmas rewards, which automatically populate into all of our lessons. So people will see those if they didn't find them this morning. We'll show you those.
That's
And
exciting.
then
That's what you were telling me about before, right? Like instead of the
yeah,
stuff.
it's super cool. So we've got some super cool things there. It's exciting.
That is
Uh,
really cool.
I used it this morning in one of my lessons, and my student was like, they just were like, they were expecting the normal, like stars or medals or soccer balls or whatever. And they were like, there's a couple of options. And they're like, oh, that's cool. So then they were playing with the button. Anyway, he likes to play.
Keep them on their toes.
Exactly.
I love it.
So, one of the most powerful December activities, and this sort of ties into the new year coming up, right, is sort of talking about progress, right? We get them from YouTube, we get them from Canva, we get them from all of these places, right? Like these little highlight videos or these like, oh, you've done this year. You can do the same thing, right? You can grab a quick Canva template, you can put on your top 3 things the student has accomplished, put your logo on it, send it off as a picture. The parents are like, oh, this is so cool. Florentis Learning has certificates at the end of each unit, and some teachers use them and some teachers don't. But the reality is that using those is an opportunity for those parents to then share your certificates on their social media and say, oh, look, my child has accomplished this. People are on like Xiaohong Shu. We see them all the time with parents showing like their kids reading or their kids doing this or that. So, parents want to show off things that they're proud of that their children have accomplished.
Give like little rewards for like most improved student or something.
Yeah, it's like in group classes, right? Like you can also do like fun rewards, like the one, who speaks the most and the one who has the best listening skills. And so you can do all sorts of things that way. But these are super
Cool.
easy to do. Um, and then parents also get this like proof, right? Oh yeah, I've been paying for lessons all year and my child is improving, right? They've done this, and this year. I never thought about the fact that, this time last year they couldn't do that. So, even if you include things like, you've had X number of lessons and learned X number of vocabulary words. You might not know your vocabulary word number. If you're teaching Florentis, take your number of lessons and multiply it by 3. It's probably pretty safe. And if you're in an upper level, multiply by 4. So, you can get a number and you can say, look, you've had this many lessons and you've learned 250 new words. So those things can be exciting too. With your older students, you can also talk to them about, oh, look, did you know this is what you were doing last year, like at this time? And you can get some feedback from the student themselves about things that they think they've learned. So these are not just feel-good moments. These are strategic retention, parent satisfaction, and referral tools. There's a reason that you're doing this. This helps you with your business. And when parents and families see growth, they keep paying you money for classes, and they are going to recommend you to their friends. Along that lines, if you are someone who records classes, then you could make like a quick 30-second or 60-second compilation. And you can put in a caption like September, December. Like you can do really easy things. You do it in Canva, you can do it in CapCut. You don't really need anything high tech. With these, because they take time, I would be choosy. So I choose the parents and the students that I know, they share and they make referrals, and this is something that they would obviously share with their friends.
These are great ideas, Meaghan. I love these.
Yeah, and even if you don't, like if you're like, oh, I don't have any recordings, well, take a recording in class and then put like a still picture in with like of the slide that they were doing before, right? You can very quickly sort of make them. And so with these, use simple free tools, keep them short. Like 30 seconds is lots. Like think about how long you watch a reel on Facebook or on YouTube and a short, right? These are not long things. You can celebrate bravery and growth. They don't have to have like you're not looking through for oh, this is when they said the sentence absolutely perfectly. You're going from one word answers to full sentences, right? even with mistakes. Those are things that you can highlight.
And these are also things that you could use if you have, so depending on how your contracts with your parents work, if you have permission to reshare class clips, or if you can just get like, hey, I made this for you. You know, I let me know, like I didn't share it, but if you'd like me to, like, if it's okay, let me know. And then you can share it too. And then that becomes something that is a really good tool for you to be able to use, like say on Xiaohongshu or Instagram or Facebook or YouTube or wherever you're actually promoting to.
But keep an eye out for the ones that share, because often they will share with a like a really positive message, right? About, oh, look at how much my child has accomplished, da da da, with this teacher. And you can screenshot that, and now you have a testimonial that you can now use on your website. You can use wherever, right? You've got feedback that you didn't even ask for. Because sometimes people are like, oh, well, how do I ask for feedback? Like, what do I do? And that can be, you might not want to ask people to say nice things about you, but they do it all the time. You just need to catch those moments that they do.
Yeah.
Certificates we already mentioned, right? Like the what I can do now certificates, right? Like, I can introduce myself in English with confidence, or I can answer questions about daily life, or I can share my ideas and opinions, and I can tell a short story from beginning to end with 4 sentences. I can write a short story. So these are useful things for that, sort of end of year, that parent communication. You can print them, you can email them, you can put them up on the screen so the kids see them during class and make a big deal out of them. So certificates can be super fun and easy to do. They don't all see each other, so they don't all have to be 100% different. Change their names, change the what they've done, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
Um, End of year parties is something that is this is what I suggest for referrals, right? Like, you can hand out these certificates if they're not inviting friends. If they're inviting friends, then I don't tend to give them out during class, but sometimes I will, just because then the friends see, oh, look, like so and so got this certificate for this. And you
How do
want
you
to
hand out certificates during class?
I put them up. I get a PowerPoint and I put them up on screen and I make a big deal and then I send the image of it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So you still send it afterwards then.
I still send it afterwards so they can share it. But I
Okay.
put them on my PowerPoint so that they can see them, and everyone claps, and all right, this certificate goes to Emma.
Yeah.
So and
What a cool idea.
yeah, it's not difficult to do, right? But it's something that then they're like, oh, like my teacher thinks I have good English. My teacher, you know, gave me a certificate. So
So cool.
um, you can, if you're doing sort of an end of year party, I recommend doing things like games, speaking challenges, storytelling, things that are quick and easy that keep learning going, and give a little bit of a flavor, right, of the different types of things that you might learn in a class. If you've ever done a holiday party and you're watching, or even if you're catching the replay, or even if you haven't and you're like, oh, I might do this game in my class, put it in the comments. We want to gather up all these ideas. We'll throw them into a blog post as well so that you can have all of the sort of holiday party ideas together in one place that you can go and reference. So, yeah, I can see there's a few people watching. So if you weren't here at the beginning, let us know where you're watching from. Let us know what you do in December in your classroom. Right. So storytelling is easy, right? So grab a fun picture and make up a story, right? It doesn't need to be holiday specific stories to create some seasonal magic. You can have an elf, even if you're doing elf on the shelf. I don't do elf on the shelf, but I know I've seen them on Facebook and stuff. Take some of those silly pictures of like the things the elf has done and make up a story about the elf. Give the elf a name. You can practice writing or you can practice oral communication skills, sort of whatever you want. And the students can use their imaginations. They can come up with the plot and the setting and make it really feel like play.
I've done this with some of the AI image generators. So
Mm.
during class, they'll tell me what they want to happen for the next part of the story, and I'll pop that into say any of the AI image generators, and I'll actually have them create the AI image. So then we have the images that the students created for it as well. And they get really surprised too. Uh, like they're like, oh, what was one? What was for like a Halloween story or a horror story? And she's like, and then the skeletons were hiding under the couch with a flashlight or whatever. And I'm like, okay, poop. And I pop it in my book creator, and they're like, how did you get that? Like, like, how did you do that so fast?
Yeah. Yeah, and that but it keeps them engaged, right? They want to talk to you. They're interested. It's like it's fun. And, whether it's December or whether it's any time of year, we want our lessons to be fun and interesting. But if we do the same thing every single class, sometimes if we just switch it up just a little bit, they're like keeps them thinking and keeps them engaged. And holiday themed or seasonal lessons are an opportunity to do that because you're going through a routine, you're talking about things in the home, you're talking about the animals at the zoo, you're talking about this, but then it's like, oh, now we're going to do something a little bit different and fun. And so these were just some story builder prompts I've used, like, one winter day. So if you're not looking for something Christmassy, something like that's a small surprise or something that's about kind moments where you can practice feeling words and actions related to kindness, or you can do something really unexpected, maybe some of those elf on the shelf pictures work really well for the unexpected things, right? And then you can build around that. I do this a lot with my group classes is I do collaborative stories. So everyone adds a sentence and we end up with really crazy sentence stories, but you've got this story and then at the end and you've written this story together, take a picture of it, share it with the parents, right? You've got one more thing you can share back that they might share.
I've done that too. So on Book Creator, I like to do that on Book Creator because then they can also share it on Book Creator, and I put my QR code in the beginning of the book so
Mhm.
the parents can share it. But what I have the kids do is for each, there's a thing where you can record it,
Yep.
and I'll put like an avatar picture of the child, and um and I'll say like this book was written by, and it'll say like Mia and Jordan and John and Harry, right? And each kid has like their own fake picture. And when you click on the picture, it reads in their voice because they'll record it and say, I'm Mia, I'm 5 years old. And it's really endearing and it personalizes it. So when they share it with their friends, it's like, oh my goodness. Or when you share it with prospective clients or students, they're like, oh my goodness, that little girl is only 5 years old and she did this. This teacher must be really good. So it's one of the things I like to do for that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know like some of my books in Book Creator have been shared and viewed like a lot of times. And it's like, I didn't share those. So that's the parents sharing and other people sharing the parents' stuff. Like they're getting shared and shared around. So um, it's usually super interesting. The other thing that you can consider at this time is gratitude, right? So, people are giving gifts, people are, visiting, maybe people are sharing things. And gratitude, we've just passed sort of the American Thanksgiving, and of course, Canadian Thanksgiving was before that. But it's not Thanksgiving specific. We don't have to talk just about being thankful for things around Thanksgiving, and we can certainly talk about that around the Christmas holidays and or around like New Year's and sort of, things that we're thankful for around the last year. So this is good for teaching reflection. It can the parents and the students have that opportunity to sort of pause, acknowledge what's happened, and they can be really useful. In the background, and it's faded, of course, you'll see sort of the snapshot from one of the Florentis Learning lessons, and it's the thankful tree. And it's in our Thanksgiving collection, but it doesn't necessarily talk about Thanksgiving. It's talking about being thankful and gratitude and writing thankful notes. So you can certainly easily use that one as well. And if you are not familiar with the Florentis Learning, you can check out the curriculum. Our complete classroom curriculum is available at florentislearning.ca. There's also a free membership, so you can go in and you can grab some access to free lessons and check some of these things out for yourself. These are just some of the reflections. So it might be this year you've learned, right? Or I'm proud that I can, or my favorite lesson, right? Or that they can be thankful for people and things that have happened. These can also work well as progress videos. You can, take that little snippet and make it into a video. You can use this in a certificate. So you can combine these to create these really nice activities. You can have them write in Book Creator, write in journals, all sorts of ways that you can share these. And people like to share kids being grateful and thankful. So you don't necessarily need new lessons. Certainly we have some lessons that are holiday themed, but you don't need new lessons. You can keep using the lessons you have. You just need to change the wrapper. And that saves you lots of prep time. So think about Lego. You give Lego for birthdays, you give Lego for Christmas, you give Lego just because your kid has decided they want Lego, and you wrap it in different paper. So you wrap it in birthday paper, you wrap it in Thanksgiving paper, you wrap it in whatever sort of paper. That's all we're doing with lessons. We're just changing the wrapping. Changing your background, putting on a silly hat, all of a sudden changes your lessons, even if they're your regular old lessons, into this different wrapper. And, you can talk about different things during your warm up, but you're still just changing the wrapper.
I like that.
So, festive rewards. I'm going to change screen and share these. So these are super fun. So some of you will have noticed that we have changed a lot of our rewards in the last little while. And we've done this for a couple of reasons. One, because Gina Lee made some changes and messed with things. And two, because they're just way more fun. So I'm not going to show this one. I'm just going to show this. Oh, no, that's not what I want to do. I want to show this one in. It just will be bigger, I think, when we share it on the video. I'm going to move this over here so I can see. And that's not the right screen. All right, let me try again. Replace with. All right, so things in my home. And so this one is, and I'll make it bigger so people can see it really easily. This one is not a Christmas lesson, but you've got your Christmas hat on, you're all set. So you're going to throw your student's name in here, and maybe today they are Elf Toes.
Give them a fake name too. I love it.
Or whatever funny name they decide. Maybe they're Rudolph today. And maybe you have some, fancy elf name that you're going to use.
Ooh, you could even do something where you have them pick out a name that's a Christmas adjective, Christmas noun name or something.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Like there's all sorts of cool things. So then we, of course, get the high elf toes on the thing. And they're like, okay, this is cool. And as they start to speak up here, so this is our new reward place right up here along the top. And if you change the little button, you get obviously different things. And you're like, well, I don't know what those are. Nope, you don't. I will tell you that anything with squares is holiday themed. So when I click the square.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
Can we hear that, Jillian? Can you hear
Yes, I can hear it.
Okay. Yeah. So we get a ho, 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 Merry Christmas one. And of course that
Ho, ho, ho!
multiple times.
Merry Christmas!
Or we can change it to some jingle sleigh bells. And of course, you can go through and choose whatever you want. So we've got medals, we've got soccer balls for the sports fans, and we have our traditional stars. So these holiday theme rewards automatically rolled out into all of your lessons last night. And they are available there right at the top of your screen. And you have
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
the opportunity to use whichever one you decide you like. or which one
Can you
like.
Can you click on the boxes for stars or the star that's on the right hand?
So no, the star on the right hand is an extra bonus. So this is the confetti. So
okay.
yeah, you actually have both. So you have like, you've got two sort of reward options there that you can use.
Okay,
So
cool.
depending on your student, you might find that they need more frequent reward or less frequent reward. It just sort of depends on your student. And what platform you're using as well, because some platforms have some rewards built in. So yeah, so this is one of the home lessons. Of course, you'll see the rewards are available on the top of every screen, and that follows you through the lesson as they learn. So very quickly, you have skinned this lesson in a little bit of a different wrapper, and you've got some holiday themed things happening. So lots of really easy ways, and those rewards are available in all of your lessons.
Okay, so even when you're doing like the regular lessons, you can just switch it to that's really cool, because if you've got a kid that isn't doing Christmas, you can still switch it up and like give it like the soccer ball and stuff. How long will you have the Christmas rewards there for?
The Christmas rewards are programmed in to automatically disappear on January 2nd.
Okay.
So they will disappear after the new year, and they might get replaced in January by something else, maybe even for January 1st. We'll decide what I program between now and then. But so the lessons are sort of ready for, I want to go, don't want that. What if I stop this? Stop. There we go. We're back. Yeah, so they are there and ready, and they're fun.
So if somebody doesn't know how to get into those lessons and they've never heard of this before, how do they do that? How do they find the lessons?
Yeah, so if you go to florentislearning.ca, and I will show that on our screen again, and just choose memberships at the top. You will then be able to see all of our membership options, and I will share that so everyone can see. So if you haven't checked out Florentis Learning at all yet, I would absolutely go and sign up for the free tier to start. Or if you've seen enough and you're like, yeah, I want all those themed rewards in all my lessons, then grab the complete classroom curriculum. The free tier gives you sample lessons across all of the levels. It gives you phonics, it gives you writing, it gives you conversation lessons, because we do have 4 levels of conversation lessons as well. It gives you access to the placement assessment and learning plan generator, and so lots of things there, all wrapped up in that free package. And it's certainly, so you would just grab that and sign up. Once you have access to the complete classroom curriculum, then you're also going to want to check out your menu for, where am I? Let me find the right tab. This one. Yes. Okay.
Okay, you're not sharing. Okay, there we go.
Okay. I was trying to find the right. I always have so many tabs open. It's just me. So
Me too. With different browser windows too, because
yes.
I have to do things on my pink one and my blue one.
Well, I have different profiles, so I'm signed in different browser windows with different profiles.
Yep.
So there is a set of seasonal lessons, and these are included with the complete classroom curriculum. So these have been used by teachers. They are, well loved by teachers. So by all means, jump in and check them out. And we are continuously adding.
So cool. So there's something for like all the holidays in there.
Oh yeah.
I mean, a lot of them anyways, like all the major holidays.
Yep. And truthfully, like there wasn't anything for St. Patrick's Day, but a teacher asked, and I was like, yeah, sure. So we now have 2 things for St. Patrick's Day. It was their favorite holiday. I was like, okay, cool. I can make you something for St. Patrick's Day. I'm just going to show a couple of things from here. So there is one coming up for Chinese New Year, of course. And what I just did on the side, and I sometimes people are like, what? Is there is this X, and I often will close it. Now, you can come down to the bottom of your lesson and you can go to the 3 dots and you can make it big, of course, and it makes it full screen, and that does the exact same thing. So it depends on your preference, but I sometimes just close it when I'm navigating. We're not here for Chinese New Year yet. Soon, but not yet. So this is one of our, this one was made for Thanksgiving, but as I said, this one is really about gratitude. So this one is not specific to Thanksgiving. It's very much about being thankful and things that we're thankful for. There is a menu here so you can jump around. There are games, so vocabulary matching, for instance. There are speaking activities, so we can then tap the cards and see sentences. Then we get into the actual story, and so you can work through the story, and everyone writes on things they're thankful for, and then a few comprehension questions. And then we get to start, and there's different types. So there's fill in the blanks, there's drop down. So lots of options. And then we sort of talk about that grammatical piece. So that's what I say. We're not throwing the bath out with the bathwater, right? You still have learning goals. You're still trying to make progress. Those parents still want to see progress. And then this is just that speaking slide. Like, what are you thankful for? And we've got pictures here to help prompt ideas. But through this, they're all sort of working through that process of expressing gratitude and expressing thanks. We have some samples from kids, and then we're beginning to get into our writing planning. So this lesson has writing in it. You can choose your ideas. You can, talk about giving it a reason and why. And then again, we're back to like a picture prompt. So we're going to be ready, right? We're going to be ready. I'm thankful for my books because I love reading. I'm thankful for my cat because she keeps me company when there's no one home. And then we get to write our sentences. And writing sometimes with kids can take forever. So I've taken that into consideration, and you have some writing starters. So I'm thankful for, it pops up. Now we can type in our ideas, or we can choose something from below. And so you can do that, especially if you are teaching a 25-minute lesson. You can still work on some putting together some sentences with some of the words that you need. So
very cool. So this lesson, you could actually make this into a 50 or hour lesson, depending on
yeah,
how you do the writing portion of it. Very cool.
And then we have also a listening activity. So you listen to the audio. There's a few pieces of information about it. And we have a game. I didn't do a good job of finding the right matches, but apparently I can't find the matches. There we have one. So you find the matches, and then a homework task just really for them to write their own thankful notes. And we end with, of course, our goodbye song. So that, and then of course you have the menu. You can jump around. And the other thing is not on every screen. So you'll notice that this screen does not have a little teacher hat at the top. Give me one that does. This one does. So if you click your little teacher hat, you get some teaching tips. So now these are visible to your student on screen when you click them. So, that's not a problem, but you also can use them to help you prepare for the lesson in advance.
Real quick, before you exit the screen,
Yeah.
it says new student. What does that do?
Oh, if you've been working through your reward, remember
Merry
it, your local browser.
Christmas!
So if you were teaching this lesson back to back, you just click new student and it clears your rewards.
Oh, okay. Okay. Very cool.
Yeah, because otherwise you do have this issue where it remembers the student's name, it remembers all sorts of things. So
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that one is one of our new lessons. Now, specifically for the holidays, we've got 3 lessons so far. I did have a request this morning from a teacher for another one, so I will probably add another one.
Another Christmas lesson?
Another holiday Christmas lesson.
Okay.
This one is what do you want for Christmas? We've got some Christmas words. And this one we practice our Christmas words. We have a puzzle. We get into some grammar still, right? So what is it? And when you drag these over, you get the words to complete your sentences. And there's a puzzle. This one you can magnify and you can find things. There's Santa and his sleigh. So you run around and you find things with the magnifying glass, which is sort of fun. And these, again, are vocabulary words you've just learned. We've got Find the Differences, which is a great speaking activity. So grab your pen and you can draw on here. So the hat is different and actually the scarf is different. The students really like this. Depending on your level, I really encourage students to use full sentences. So in picture A, the snowman has a blue hat. And in picture B, the snowman has a red hat. And if you're, depending on their level, again, you can put in things like but and teach them transition words. And this is a task that is really helpful for exam prep students. Then again, we get to talk about vocabulary and toys and all sorts of things. And then we have a story. So we're going to the shopping mall and it's Christmas shopping time and we get to practice our key question and sentences. So what do you want for Christmas, Tim? I want a train. What do you want for Christmas, Kim? I want a doll. So these should be things that your students can work through. So what do you want for Christmas, Sarah? I want a robot. So this one is designed for our pre-A1, level 1 and 2 students. Then we have this one, which is Christmas kindness. This one is, oh, I want a doll, please. Jillian wants a doll. This one is, again, you've got the rewards at the top. You can choose your fancy name. And in this case, you have the choice of different avatars. So we might want to be the reindeer because it's sort of horse-like. And we can be Twinkle. No, we can be Rudolph today. And then
a horse like because of me, because I like the horses.
So you do want to hit the start. It doesn't go anywhere, but it does give you a teacher message that pops up, which you can't see when I screen share, that just says that the name and everything have been saved. So today we're talking about kindness at Christmas. We've got some warm-up questions. You know, are they being kind? We have vocabulary and vocabulary matching activity. We have some more words that we can practice with sentences. And you'll notice that there is the teacher tips. And then we get into the story. This story is divided into 2 parts. It has a reading part, and then the story finishes up with the listening component. So that's sort of fun. We have some speaking, and so the story really is about going and doing things at seniors' home. And and this is where your names and everything come into play. So a couple of things I'll point out. One, you can see my picture is here, pulled in automatically as a teacher. And let me make it bigger so we can really see this. This is sort of fun. So my name is pulled in, my picture is pulled in. So there's a picture of me. And then the student's avatar, so it's Rudolph. And so we have the Rudolph and the avatar. And we can work through the dialogue together. And then we have this fun button that is.
So are you a senior?
Yes, I'm a senior.
Okay, so you can talk like an old lady too, like
exactly.
Hello,
yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Nice. Yeah, we can use fun voices. That would be lots of fun. So if you're wondering how you get your teacher picture here, you just have to use your Gravatar. And so I'll put it actually in the description, but there's a link to there's some information in our Teacher Hub video, which is on our YouTube channel, about how you set up your own Gravatar. And this then appears on your parent progress reports. It appears on all sorts of things if you're using the Teacher Hub as part of your communication tool, but it integrates into the new lesson template and pulls your picture in. This one is one of our games, so it's like memory, right? So what's missing? And so we are going to look and then we're going to say, oh, what's missing? and then we can change it. We hide a different one. So you have to pay attention to what was there. And so you just hide one. And we have a writing about kindness. So again, with some prompts and putting together the story. And then homework is one kind thing. So this one is brand new, was released yesterday. And then this one I've been getting rave reviews about. So I saved the best for last. This one is our level 5-6. This is celebrations around the world. So you've got a map, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 or 9 places here that you can explore. And so you can choose a country with your student. And when you get there, there's some reading, there's some talking, there is some additional information about the actual country.
That's cool. I like the
Christmas video. So one of the teachers told me that they're going to do like over several classes, because they're going to explore different countries in different classes. This also would work really well for like an older, like a teen type party, or things like that. So there's lots.
This is one of the ones that we were talking about, different ways to market your classes. This is one of the ones that would work really, really well if you did a live YouTube class or a live Facebook class. Like this right here would work really well, because it would have evergreen, stuff, and it wouldn't require a lot of student participation during the live lesson, if that makes sense.
And you could choose a country and explore that, right? And you could then do another country on another live. So lots of options here with this.
That is really, really cool.
So Christmas spiders, Christmas pickles, we've got all sorts of things going on in here.
I heard of the Christmas pickle. I didn't know that was German.
Yeah. And if you have a country and a really cool tradition and it's not on the map, by all means, reach out, let me know. I'm happy to add another interesting country to explore to the map.
Do you have mistletoe on there for the US?
For the US, do I have mistletoe? What do I have for the US?
Or Christmas?
US, I have the
ugly Christmas sweaters. Okay.
Yeah. Ugly Christmas sweaters. And so then we're inventing our own ugly Christmas sweater.
I like that better than the mistletoe. That's a better one.
It's more age appropriate probably for everyone.
Yeah.
Colombia, we do candles and making wishes, and that they put these in windows and in the street. I don't even remember what I put for Canada. Oh, Canada, I just did stockings and lights. So traditional stuff.
Or in Canada, it could be traveling to see your family using the only road in Canada. South Park. Follow the only road. Thank you, South Park.
This one is, the UK is, so some food and some caroling. Caroling is the tradition. The Philippines is lanterns that are star lanterns. India is, non-traditional trees. So, not decorating a fir tree.
Okay.
And Australia, I feel like it was surfing. Oh yeah, it's beach day in Australia. And he has 6 white kangaroo that pull his sled, not the reindeer.
Really?
Yes. And surfers dress up like Santa Claus.
Do they fly or do they just jump?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
That'd be a bumpy ride.
Would be, but it would be a good thing that you can, certainly learn about and chat about. So
I think it actually might be the way that I've had packages delivered lately. I think that actually might be the real thing. It's kangaroos and not reindeer.
It really very well could be. The other thing and so for people who use Wordwall, and there's some Wordwall activities in the lessons. Let me just grab one. So if you were doing my neighborhood, go away, accept all. When you go into the link, if you, so certainly you can go into the link and it's fine. But if you scroll down, you do have, and I think it's way over, you do have a Christmas theme. So talking about wrappers, here is a different wrapper. All of a sudden we have a Christmas themed vocabulary activity. They've got presents and you match them to pictures. Super simple, really quick and easy to do. You know, the Wordwall games are great. So that one is an option too. So lots of ideas, and, you know, even something as simple as, you know, like changing up your opening questions, or all sorts of things to make it holiday themed.
And very cool. Those are some awesome ideas, Meaghan. Thank you. Thank you for doing this.
Yeah. Oh, and you had lots of ideas to add to it, so that was great. We bounce well off each other and come up with ideas that we wouldn't have individually. So
yeah, I think it's awesome when you get different teachers together to talk about things. Like, that's why you shouldn't do things by yourself. Like, join in with another teacher that's doing something, or you know, join a community or something, because if you can do that, then it's not just your own brain where you're looking at things so like linear. You know, it works when you have somebody else that has been doing it alongside you, because it's not like you can go to like your husband or something and be like, hey, I need ideas, because you all probably know that they're clueless when it comes to this, because it's your thing, not theirs. You know, at least that's how it is for me.
yeah, and I mean, it also, sometimes it's like you have your own problems and you can't sort of see through like how you would resolve that, and someone's like, oh well, you could do this or you could do that, and they might not even do it, but at least they have ideas. And so that's one of the things about Teacher Boss Society, is that there's a whole bunch of teachers in there. You know, you can jump in, you can chat with everyone, and you can share ideas, and that can be fun as well. So I see we still have a couple of viewers. That's awesome. Please, 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 if you're watching the replay, let us know, comment replay, and share your ideas. It's always fun to chat with people in the comments. If you have questions, if you have requests, by all means, reach out to me, hello@florentislearning.ca, and I am happy to help and happy to provide additional ideas or materials, or add to the collection of lessons. I'm always looking for ideas, and some of the best requests come from teachers. For teachers that are using Florentis, if you have feedback or suggestions, by all means, reach out, and we work together to make the lessons the very best. And if you're not yet part of the Florentis Learning community, then I do encourage you to check it out. You can check us out at florentislearning.ca and just click the membership tab and grab the free membership, or check out some of our lessons.
So I want to add something in here before you end this, just kind of like a little testimonial here. I am very familiar with a lot of the ESL curriculums, because I have my YouTube channel and I'm always bringing people on. Whether or not I use them, I'm very familiar with a lot of them, because we've showcased a lot of them, and I've used a lot of them as well. And I'm not speaking differently or poorly about any of the curriculum. There's a lot that are really good out there. This is my favorite one, because it just keeps, like, every time I talk to Meaghan, she's like, look what I did something new. And you got to watch, she's got a video on here that you're going to have to go back and watch when you're done with this, to look at the teacher portal, or what do you call it? It's not, is it called
hub.
The teacher hub.
hub.
They're like we won't get into that, because she's already got a whole other video there, but there's so much that you can do to not just have curriculum, but to actually manage your online teaching business. So if you're teaching ESL, I definitely think that Florentis is a must-have for whatever, you know, for wherever you're teaching it.
Yeah, and the Teacher Hub's been out for about a month and a bit. It does everything
already.
Yeah, it has. I just threw if you're watching, I just threw the link in the comments for everyone. So we've got quite a few teachers who are actively using it, sharing the link with their parents. Their parents are clicking through to the resources. Of course, there's pre-populated feedback, so you can give lesson feedback without even thinking about it.
Yeah.
Your built-in learning plans, your built-in, there's now, teachers asked for it, so there's a next lesson button. That's not in the video, but I should do a little update video on the next lesson button. So from your main dashboard, you literally just click the button. You don't have to search through the 651 lessons in Florentis Learning to find your next lesson. You click the button and it takes you there and opens your lesson ready for you to teach. So next lesson button was requested by teachers. It's great. And we are looking at adding potentially some small agency features for the new year to the Teacher Hub. We've had a few inquiries. So if you are someone who has a small school with a few teachers, and you have ideas or thoughts, it's still in the planning stage, but reach out in terms of, what it is that you would need in part of your back end to be able to communicate with parents and to see what's going on with teachers and all of those things. So so lots of things that are happening. And certainly I appreciate everyone that's taken the time to watch this, appreciate everyone that has chosen to use Florentis Learning over the past, I think it's 6 months now. It seems like it's been longer than that, but yeah. So, and happy to help out in any way. I know the advanced speaking curriculum has 87 lessons, I think, and teachers are like, hey, this is a cool topic. All right, cool. And then we add another lesson. So the advanced speaking lessons are some of the really cool ones in terms of odd things to talk about. But if you're teaching conversation, if you're teaching writing, if you're teaching phonics, grammar, we've got the new beginner grammar, intermediate grammar. If you're teaching just ESL in general, and you want to use general lessons, but also supplement when your students run into issues, grab our samples and check them out.
All right.
All right. I think that's all. I think we're going to end this. And again, catching the replay, leave your comments, leave your ideas, and we'll get back to you. And Jillian will see them as well. So if you have questions for her, you can add those there as well. And that's great. Thanks, everyone.